Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another bewitching episode of Anything But Politics. Welcome back to episode 10, of course. I am Jim Altman, here as always with...
We're in double dig?
What the fucking fuck, Christian? You were supposed to say your name for the intro. What the fuck is wrong with you?
What?
Dub dig? We're in the double dig? Digits?
We're two whole hands.
We're two whole hands. Guys, hold up your hands. Hold up your hands. That's how many episodes we've done. What?
Look at those. That's a lot of fingies. And
look at all those fingies.
Oh man, we've come so far.
We have come very far. 2.5 months.
2.5 months, and
it's a different year than when we started.
Yeah, it's a different year.
Anyway, I'm Christian.
Hey.
What's up?
That took a little bit. That took a little bit to get back around. Hey, and I'm here with Christian Rollman, and today we have a lot of cool things going on. For those that enjoyed our YouTube video, I just want to be a little bit truthful about that and say, hey, that took really long to do because I was on my wife's laptop. It is 5 years old, so all the love in the world to her, but it took 17 hours to export that video, and I'm just glad I got it up on time. Right? I'm glad I got it up on Monday. But we have hired my friend, my best friend and my brother of about 10 years to edit these videos from now on or until he gets tired of us, and that is Seth.
Yo, what is up, fellas? My name is Seth, and like Jim said, I'm a new editor for the Anything But Politics YouTube channel! That's right. Jim told me I could have creative freedom while editing these videos, and I think you know what that means. That's right, fellas. That means we're playing Minecraft. So let's get this party rocking. So this is the Minecraft realm that we have for our Anything But Politics Discord server. If you want to join our server, just go ahead and email Jim and Christian at anythingbutpoliticspodcast@gmail.com. Yeah, so it's pretty cool. This is the town hall that we made. Not really sure what that is. Got a couple houses over here, a farm, another portal. Oh yeah, fuck yeah, you know, the the podcast thing. They say that in the podcast. Let's take a look over here. A couple more houses. Let's head on down to the market district. Yeah, we're pretty cool like that. We have a market. We all have our own little shop. That's a Mimi's bed and breakfast, her little mushroom. It's a tree. I just ran into a rock. That's Jim's shop. He sells things there. A couple more shops. This right here is my shop. Pretty cool, I know. It took me quite a while to get all this red nether brick. Up here I've got a few chests. Sell elytra, some nether ingots. There's only supposed to be one chicken in here. Yeah, anyway, it's my shop. There's my bird. Cute little bird.
Hey, Seth.
Hello, Seth. He's an incredibly talented video editor. He used to do stuff for me all the time in college. With that being said, do you want to jump right in, dabble a little bit, roll the intro, or go and roll the intro right now?
Let's roll that intro, baby.
Hello, everybody. This is Jim and Christian.
And you're listening to Anything But Politics.
Fuck yeah!
We're dancing for way too long.
What the fuck is this man doing? How am I supposed to edit this garbage? He looks like the 54-year-old single auntie trying to attract younger men at a bar mitzvah.
No, we've been dancing long enough.
Okay. Nice.
I stopped dancing when I started explaining what had happened.
Well, I was still dancing. That's just some extra content for the YouTubers.
Hey, so welcome back, everybody. Today's episode is about something that, honestly, we thought was going to be a lot more of a challenge at first.
Yeah.
And that's going to be conspiracy theories.
Whoa.
Hard to tackle conspiracy theories without getting a little bit political.
There's a lot of political ones out there. It's crazy.
But we're going to do it. We're going to do this whole shebang without even, skimming the surface of policy. I don't know what to call it. Politicalness. Politics.
Politics, yeah. I couldn't
Anything but, honestly.
Anything but, yeah. Anything but politics.
What a brand. Anywho. Yeah, that's what we're doing. I'm really excited about it. So we have tabs for it. We have someone here who would love to talk about it, but just while it's you and me, while we're having our little heart-to-heart here at the beginning,
Hey, buddy.
let's talk a little bit about it, not from a political standpoint, of course, but just to say, why the hell are they... Why conspiracy theories? Why do you think so many people can rally behind something that not only is controversial enough to not be proven, but to have people out there also trying to disprove it? Let's go ahead and for the sake of this discussion, call Bigfoot a conspiracy theory.
That's a great one to start off with. Oh, Leah's jaw just dropped because apparently she doesn't think Bigfoot is a conspiracy.
I don't either.
I'm sorry. Have
You don't
ever
either?
seen Bigfoot?
What the fuck? We think...
That's not...
This is right? We're doing an episode right now where the majority of the hosts are...
I'm not hosting.
No,
Sorry,
I'm not.
I've also not been
of the
introduced.
people in this podcast are Bigfoot believers?
Nobody
I'm not no. I'm not saying I believe in Bigfoot. I'm saying I wouldn't label Bigfoot as a conspiracy theory. Conspiracy theory.
True.
What is the definition of conspiracy theory? As far as I'm concerned, it's like a higher power doing something. A conspiracy theory definition
I believe it's a group of people
is
conspiring to
it is a
promote
belief-
a narrative.
a belief that some covert but influential organization is responsible for a circumstance or event. And that is why this delves into politics so much, is because they're like, oh, you know, this body is doing this thing because of this reason. What influential organization wants us to believe that Bigfoot exists?
Yeah, therefore
Yeah,
he
that's
exists.
fair.
Like, that's why I don't label it as a conspiracy theory. I'm not saying I'm a Bigfoot believer. I'm not. Well, I'm not a Bigfoot believer. I'm a Bigfoot, like, viber. I vibe with the foot.
I vibe with the foot, fruit by the foot. I think oh, she just rolled her eyes. Oh, that's going to be a lot of that in this episode. I think...
Okay, Christian,
Yeah.
we might not be at the guest segment. Guys, we have a guest segment. It'll be here.
Yeah.
However, if she's going to be on camera, let's go ahead. I'd love to introduce her.
Bring her in.
I will let you, as I just think it seems fitting.
This is my friend Leah. No, you did that on your show, so I'm returning the favor. This is my girlfriend, my lovely, lovely girlfriend Leah. And one time, she was doing a radio show, and on that episode, I think it was with Jeremiah.
That was an accident, though. That wasn't, like, on purpose.
You took a minute to correct.
It was definitely on accident, though.
What are you talking about?
On
We were
my show.
On somebody's soapbox, she was, someone brought up Christian, or me, or something. Maybe it was you, and you were like, yeah, that's my friend Christian.
And I, like, brought him up as my friend. Oh, it was with Jeremiah.
It was with Jeremiah,
And Jeremiah
yeah.
felt really awkward because he knew we were dating.
Yeah.
And so he was like, And I was like, well, okay, he's not my friend. He's my boyfriend. I felt really bad.
Yeah, boyfriend of 4 years.
Stop. I'm sorry.
Okay,
That was
Christian.
accidental. That was intentional. That's why I was offended.
I know. I'm just you're my girlfriend. This is my girlfriend.
In both of y'all's defense, I think that for some reason, for whatever reason it may be, there is some stigma of professionalism. Oh my gosh, John Mulaney has a bit on this. The difference in saying, like, hey, this is my wife, and this is my girlfriend.
My girlfriend, yeah.
Yeah, that's
Can my
why-
girlfriend come? So,
Yeah, exactly.
That's exactly what I think it is. I think there's this professional stigma of being like, hey, you being on somebody's soapbox, which we can go ahead and plug, but...
it doesn't exist anymore. It doesn't exist anymore.
That is remains to be seen. But
I mean, it hasn't been going for a minute.
well,
She got canceled. The
No,
network
I
canceled
didn't
her.
get canceled. What happened
was our take on Anyone Can Cook that hot? Did we accidentally
It was.
cancel your radio show
No,
by
no,
blasting
that's-
its owner too hard?
No,
man.
that's not what happened. What happened was I got a new job that I couldn't control my schedule with, and because I guess for people who
Christian,
don't
please,
know,
for
I
the
did
love
have a
of
radio
God,
show
stay in
called
frame.
Somebody's Soapbox, based on the idea that everybody has a topic that they're passionate about, and so therefore it's an interview show by nature. And
I've heard this intro like 20 times. It's a great intro. It's a bomb ass intro. I'm just saying. It's just.
Oh, and she's doing great, Leah. You're doing great.
Yeah, you're doing great. I haven't heard this intro in so long. It's nice to hear it again.
Right, and so by nature, this is an interview show that I have to invite other people to come on that I like interview and talk to them about what they're passionate about, because I don't have enough topics that I'd be passionate about to talk about by myself for 2 hours. When I was granted the radio show, I didn't know it was going to be 2 hours. So then I was like, I've got to change some things up so that way it's not just about me.
Yeah.
Hey, Jim, if I slightly change the camera angle, is that going to drive Seth insane?
Nope.
Okay, great, because it's just a little high.
And if it does, Seth, answer now.
I can't. That's so rude.
I know, I kind of feel bad, but like...
No, don't feel bad. Don't feel bad. Don't feel bad.
It's really bothering me that it's just really
He's our
high.
employee.
I can barely see Leah's head.
I'm kidding, Seth. I
Because
love
you
you.
chose this chair.
Okay, that's so much better.
But anyway, it is so because it's an interview show. Before my radio show time slot was between 1 to 3 p.m. and this was live like on the radio. But now like I would have to talk about like what slot actually works for me, like what 2 hour slot works with my schedule. And the only slot that works is like the 10 p.m. to 12 a.m. slot. And that's such an awkward time.
That's a horrible time.
To ask somebody to come be on my show and talk about something for 2 hours.
Yeah.
So
Especially when it's primarily college students who have shit to do in the morning.
Right. So I feel really bad about that. And so I don't know what I'm going to do in the future. I've thought about creating a podcast. But
Hey, you know what service you should use?
Jim, tell me, what service should I use?
Hey, I'll tell only the folks listening to the audio only. That is Spotify and Apple Podcast. I'll tell you around minute 30. But for now,
are we dropping our ad at 14 minutes? Or 12 minutes, whatever it ends up
yeah,
being?
let's do that. Let's do the ad read 10 minutes in.
No, I looked into Anchor. So I considered while I was still doing the radio show, like halfway into doing it, like getting an Anchor account and uploading things to there. But at the time, because I was a full-time student, like I was taking 18 credit hours on top of working full-time, I just didn't have the time to do the audio editing for it.
Fair enough. That's valid.
Yeah, because it's
a process.
just me and I'm unpaid, so
it is a
was
process.
well. Yeah, but I did like the show. I don't think it's something that I want to continue doing. It was just really cool to do while I didn't have quarantine.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, because I had nothing going on while I was in quarantine, so it was just nice to have a reason to get out of bed in the morning.
Yeah, and it was a great show. I enjoyed it.
So Leah's here. She had a radio show, and there's this unprofessional air of like, hosting that show and being like, hey, this is my boyfriend. Because, for some reason you're going to think that, people are going to think he's only here because he's my boyfriend and not because he's this extremely talented individual.
I talk about him all the time. And so occasionally when I'm like, I've mentioned him too much, I should just be like nonchalantly like, yeah, my friend one time did this.
Yeah, and that went really well with me. I really enjoyed that.
I felt really bad. I did message him like, immediately after the show and was like, there's a part where I call you my friend, and I want you to know that we're okay.
So
she breaks up with me live on her show.
we have no managers. We are our own managers. So
so we can say fucking stuff.
we can say fucking stuff.
Try not to.
So
you're not gonna say fuck on this show?
I'm gonna try really hard not to.
Come on.
You have, if you're gonna be on this show, Leah.
You have to at least once.
But it's okay. So you know how like PG-13 films are allowed to have one.
Yes, that's right.
Even though Christian and I are rated R, Leah, you're allowed one this entire episode. Be wise about where you put it.
I'll be
drop
wise.
it in a good spot.
Okay.
If you
like
don't, it's an immediate highlight.
Okay.
Don't waste it.
Cool. Good to know. Good to know.
But if you fuck this up,
I'll plan accordingly.
So, of course, yes, Leah's here. She will comment on things until the guest spot when it's going to be a lot more about what Leah wants to talk about. But I don't want her just sitting there, right? Until we bring her on as the official guest spot. Typically, just to let you guys know, guest spots will be occurring 20-25 minutes in, and until then we won't have the guest on at all. But because Leah's there with you physically, Christian, and because she's your lovely girlfriend, and because she has so much to say about this topic, this is her soapbox. You can totally comment on anything. Don't feel pressured to stay silent. You are here and you are valid, so please speak up when you feel inclined to do so, Leah. So,
Never felt more
conspiracy theories,
appreciated.
that's weird. Bigfoot is not a conspiracy theory in my book, but if you look up conspiracy theories, he's on the list. So let's use him as an example and get back to the original point of saying, what purpose does that serve? And why do so many people believe, despite all the people out to set disapproval, people trying to say, oh, he doesn't exist? What makes humans want that?
What makes humans want... I mean, like, as far as, like, on the side of people who agree with or subscribe to conspiracy theories, like, this is at least what I did when I was younger. There's a story... She's laughing.
Oh, I wish I knew the Brady Bunch theme song, because that's how it starts. Here's a story.
La 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 la. That's all
Of
I
a
got.
family.
I'm 21. I didn't watch the Brady Bunch as a child.
Really?
Yeah.
I really
did.
didn't. I'm sorry.
My
So there's
sisters
a-
did, I'm sure, but I didn't get around to it.
It's a bummer. I've heard it's a good show.
Ah, well.
Conspiracy theory: the Brady Bunch doesn't exist.
Conspiracy theory, everyone on the Brady Bunch is actually dead. Go on.
So
They were ghosts the whole time. It's revealed in, like, season 4, episode 8. Go on.
in what 2017? It was a little after
Yeah.
we started dating during Guys and Dolls.
Are you talking about Chris?
Yes, I mentioned to you in confidence that maybe, just maybe, not for certain, I'm not like a true believer.
No, you didn't just mention me.
Let me tell my piece.
That Chris might be Bigfoot?
No.
No.
That
Okay.
maybe, potentially, I need to turn the volume down.
It's okay.
That might drive Seth crazy, but it's fine.
Yep, it's definitely not okay.
It's
'cause we're
definitely
coming
Is
out
it in
very
your
loud.
own ears, or are you doing your mic volume?
No, I'm looking at my mic volume right now, and it peaked a lot just then.
That might
We're
fuck
good.
Seth over a little
Sorry,
bit, but you
Seth,
know
I'm
what?
so
Seth,
sorry.
Seth, I'll give you a raise. I'll double your pay.
Stop, you're so mean.
Okay, to be
Okay.
fair, it wasn't just to me, it was also to my father. You
Yes,
talked
because
to my
we
dad
shared
about it.
we shared our idea of it. I was like, it's an interesting one to look at that maybe the moon landing didn't happen.
And then I told Chris, and Chris was like, "What? Is he a flat earther
Yeah, and she
too?"
told our director, and our director was like being mean to me the entire
That's
show.
not me.
He
First
was
off,
being
you weren't
so
even
mean.
in that show.
I was in Guys and Dolls.
Yeah, but this was afterwards when I was in Legally Blonde.
That's true. You didn't say it during Guys and Dolls. I told you during Guys and Dolls because I went out with your dad.
So what was said?
What? I went out with your dad. We shared a very passionate... Okay, I'm sorry. I'm going to stop there.
A very No. You can't stop it. Your dad and I
No,
shared a
he
very
has to.
passionate.
No. If you knew my father, Jim, you would understand.
A very passionate conversation about the moon landing.
Okay.
We'll end it there. I won't
Okay.
say what happened on the doorstep of my house. But anyway, she's really looking at me. She's about to get up and leave. So I said, wouldn't it be interesting if the moon landing didn't happen? Let's take a look at that. And she was like,
It'd be very
"You
interesting."
fucking weirdo. Yeah, you're so wrong. And, that's how she
No,
was.
it's a very interesting thought. Do I believe it? No. But do
No.
I not believe it? No.
Exactly. It's an interesting
No,
one
I
to think
don't
of because it
believe it,
can't truly
period.
be proven or disproven.
So there is evidence, like the fact that you can see the fucking footprints and the flag that they put there using basic telescopes.
Yes, Jim. Yes.
What?
Yes, I
Well,
agree.
wait, but what if the moon is a hologram?
That's also possible. I wrote my... Okay, I said this to you in a Snapchat earlier, but
Yeah?
I'll go ahead and tell the folks at home. My high school, like, quote-unquote thesis paper was on the fact that... The title of the paper was, "The Sun is a Hologram." Not, "What if the Sun was..." No. "The Sun is a Hologram." And I
Definitive statement.
wrote, like, 8 to 9 pages of scientifically backed evidence that the Sun is a hologram, and I convinced my physics and astronomy teacher that it was. I got a 100 on that paper.
That's
Anyway,
beautiful.
I love that.
Yeah, so if the moon's a hologram, they could put the flag on the hologram.
you know what? I like the way you're thinking. Go
Hey,
on.
you know
Conspiracy theory. The moon isn't made of cheese. It's made of pepperoni. Go on.
So,
I
so
hate the moon. Please stop. talking about the moon.
What did you say?
Please stop.
Please stop talking. She has a visceral hatred towards the moon.
Yeah.
I've known this since this was like one of the first things she told about me when we started dating.
Fuck
Like,
are you
just so you
talking
know,
about?
I hate the moon.
Why the fuck would you hate the moon?
Why?
Oh,
Why?
no.
Why?
Oh,
Okay.
no.
First
No,
off.
conspiracy theories. We'll have a moon episode. We'll
gonna
have you
go.
back on,
No,
Leah.
this is not a conspiracy. This is objective. So
No, exactly. This is a conspiracy theory episode. When we have our episode on objectiveness, we'll invite you back.
for the moon,
We have to get to Christian. You were having a discussion on the fact that perhaps what if the moon landing was fake? What came of that?
Oh, she just like made fun of me for like a long time, saying that I definitively said, yeah, the moon landing didn't happen.
Yeah, I think that
Mm-hmm.
that's true. Well, because that granted you like plausibleness for believing that the Earth was flat.
No, I don't believe the Earth is flat. I have been saying my grandparents do. They're
Could be.
They're firm.
It's a
Stop it,
genetic
Jim.
belief, Christian.
Stop it, Jim. There are.
What it could be.
Jim, stop. Okay, no, it can't be.
Conspiracy.
It literally
it's a genetic
can't
belief.
be.
Beliefs
It
are
can't
Why
be
not?
flat. Jim, it can't
What if it could though?
because
Scientifically, it could.
scientifically it's bullshit. It's not. Mr.
just saying.
Columbus says so.
If there was a disk and it was accelerating upwards at 9.8 meters per second, you'd feel the effects of gravity.
But
wouldn't
if
you?
the
'Cause
moon, no. But if the moon landing happened,
yeah.
then it has to be not flat because they saw it.
Yeah, what if
Right?
they lied? Moon landing. Okay, conspiracy theory. The moon landing was fake and the Earth is flat. But
Double.
on the other side, that's a
And
double hot
Bigfoot
take.
holds it on its axis.
Bigfoot is in the center of the flat Earth, but but that's a double hot take because if the moon landing was real, then of course the Earth is round.
Yeah,
They go hand in hand.
they do go hand in hand. And that's
So
what I was
Leah, I
saying.
see why you drew that conclusion.
Yeah. Anyway, that is so the reason why I decided to indulge myself in conspiracy theory is because I think it's interesting, not because I think it's true, because I think it's
Yes.
fascinating. Like it's a cool thing to
Yes.
think about. Like, wow, what if they did, and why would they do that, and what is the purpose, and like how did they do
What
it? You know,
if? It's a question. It is not, oh, I believe. It is, what if? But there are
Precisely.
people out there that,
Take it too far.
as true as they think that the sky is blue, that
It's not blue, by the
Bigfoot's
way.
out there.
Like the
And that
birds.
the moon landing was fake. People think
Like
that
the
you're
birds.
thinking what if, and that's interesting.
Exactly.
However, there are people out there who believe this.
Like the
fully.
birds.
Some going so far as to base their entire life around it. Their
Like the birds.
lives are dedicated to
Go to their
proving the Earth
conferences.
is flat. I'm gonna build a rocket in my backyard, shoot myself in the rocket into the atmosphere, look down, and see if the Earth is round or flat. There are people
So-
that have done this.
Like the
on
birds.
on this, Leah.
Yeah. Has built a rocket in her backyard.
I wish
Leah,
I had a backyard.
Are the birds real?
No.
Are we? Whoa! Are we there yet?
She's chomping at the bit, my guy.
Okay, then you know what? Just because this episode's format, our typical format, is going to be fucked, let's go ahead and just drop it. Let's go ahead and say, we've already done the introduction. Y'all know who Leah is. Welcome to now and hereafter, for the end of the episode, our official guest, second of the year next to Christopher Walken, Leah, Christian's lovely, lovely girlfriend. And, yes, of course, so, now is the guest spot. This entire episode's been the guest bit. Typically, the guest bit is going to be like 20 minutes to half an hour long.
Perfect.
This entire episode, Leah, speak freely.
Well,
And, with that being said, of course, Christian, you said the birds.
The birds, Leah. Are the birds fucking real?
no.
Let's talk about the birds.
They're
Let's talk about the
100%
birds.
not
And the
real.
bees.
No, not the bees.
No.
Only
When
The
a man
bees are
loves
real.
a woman.
The bees are real and they're in danger.
That is true. I
That's
agree.
the next
That's not a
conspiracy theory.
conspiracy.
Bees
no,
are
the bees are
First
doing
off,
a
that's
loss-
not a conspiracy. That's true.
The
People
bees-
should save the bees and eat honey.
The bees are suing the people. They're suing humans because we keep stealing their honey.
Stop.
that's-
I watched the bee movie way
Stop.
too often.
The other day, real quick.
Stop! I hate you.
No, this is a cute story, babe. We were FaceTiming at night, and she needed to go to sleep, but she was having trouble sleeping. So what I did was I read her a little bedtime story, and I started reading the B-movie script over FaceTime, and she went out like that. She was gone before...
I requested...
Before they graduated.
Well, so here's the
gone.
thing. He started reading the B-movie script, but then I was like, oh, there's no stage directions. And I requested a B-movie script with directions.
It was great. Honestly, I had a great time. I think I'm gonna keep doing that. It was really fun.
We'll eventually...
If you haven't read the B-movie script, cop yourself a B-movie script and give it a good read.
I did that in college.
Piece of work.
There was
what now?
When I was in dual enrollment during high school, but I was taking college courses, I had this sociology. And I dropped out of college. So I was in sociology. And there was a paper that we had to do, and it was like intro to you. Like sociology is like people and everything. So who are you? Give us a paper. So I had everything done, but the rubric said it had to be like 5 pages, and I had 3. But I had everything else in the rubric down pat. So I just put the B movie in smallest font as I could.
No, you did not. You did not do this.
I just tacked it onto the end. Right at the end. I gave her like 7 pages. I got a 100.
Both of us have our hands over our mouths right now.
I don't anymore.
Okay, she had hers.
Still...
Mine's lingering.
I got a 100, and I have video evidence of this. I went live on Facebook immediately when I got in my car, just so that I would have evidence that this shit happened. I got a 100 on that paper, and so many people were like, "Aw, man, you have a shitty teacher, because you bet she didn't read it." You bet your ass she did. She's a college teacher. She graded it, and she wrote notes in the margins. She was like, "You missed this punctuation. You know, you didn't source this correctly."
You spelled Barry Benson wrong.
And at the very end, she wrote in pen, "This was very interesting," like a script out of a movie.
Get out of town. There's no way that story's real.
That's so good.
That's dead ass. I was
I want
reckless.
that to be true so badly.
It's true.
Yeah, I believe
it's
you,
true.
Jim.
That's amazing.
It's not a conspiracy. That's just
That's
plain
bewitching
truth.
right there. That's bewitching.
Shut up. That's just truth. So Jim, I have a similar story.
Okay.
So I just finished a semester at college. I'm gonna graduate eventually. So
Eventually felt that.
yeah, so I just finished a critical thinking course, which I absolutely loved because but my last question on my critical thinking final exam was present 2 classically logical arguments that explained this phenomenon. And it was a phenomenon in which in Beebe, Arkansas, on New Year's Eve, this is actually very applicable. On New Year's Eve in 2001, all of this species of bird died mysteriously, and nobody can explain anything. And it was like, present 2 classically logical arguments explaining this phenomenon. And I was like, well, this is just begging me to answer that, like, this is a conspiracy.
That's classically logical.
It is. I actually presented a modus tollens argument.
See, I presented a schmoogen whoppin' one.
Shut up. That's not a real thing.
Oh, is it not?
No, it is modus tollens or a modus poens.
Not a schmoogen. What did I say? Sorry.
Schmergenbergen.
So,
yeah, Schmergenbergen.
Anyway, I presented like a real argument with historical evidence from the birdsaren'treal.movement.org. About how why these birds died and like how it was convenient, and the reason why it was on New Year's Eve is so that way we would consider it a phenomenon because it was New Year's Eve. Versus just like a random day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No one gives a shit about October 27th.
No, nobody does. But everybody cares about December 31st, especially this year.
Before we go into the tabs, before we do our ad read, let's fuck up birds aren't real. Let's dive.
Let's deep dive. Let's get all wet.
So Christian, I'm gonna ask you something that might be hard to do.
Give it to
Leah,
me.
as our resident expert, I would like her to delve into Birds Not Real, give the basis for it, give the background for it, as much as she is comfortable with.
I won't say a thing.
I can't have you say a word, Christian.
Yep.
Leah, you have the floor.
I would like to preface with that this is not a theory. This is a movement. Please be quiet during my segment. This is important to me.
Get it.
As a bird truther, I understand the importance of the movement, and I will be starting a chapter in Greensboro and at my college to spread the truth to the rest of our
Jim, am I
population.
allowed facial expressions?
You are allowed facial expressions as long as they are non-disruptive.
Gotcha.
Okay, so let me read you just like some basic history from our founder.
Please. Cut out any political bits.
You talking to Seth or her?
Well, I have a question. What
Both
do
of
we
you.
consider political?
Politics.
Actually, okay, yeah. So just to like give you a little bit of context, if anybody is looking into more information, I recommend people go to thebirdsarentreal.com. You will quickly find out that it's a movement. This movement started in 1947 with the first implementation of this plan, and that's. For those of you who are unaware of this conspiracy theory, it is the idea that in 1947 to like 1951, it's like a rough time period, the birds were all massively genocided and were replaced with high-tech surveillance drones for purposes that I shall not discuss on this podcast based off the title. So they're high-tech surveillance drones. I know it was mentioned a couple weeks ago that, Jim, you did have a high-tech surveillance drone in your house. And I'm really glad that that's no longer there.
I had two of them. I had two of them.
Yeah, you're now safe. I'm really proud of you. I'm glad that that's no longer a part of your life.
Thank you.
I don't think you were aware that it was a drone.
No, I
It's
0%.
Right. So,
I would have never expected a drone to shit that much. So I was very.
You never seen
know.
Wall-E? Sorry, I'm not supposed to talk. I'm sorry.
so yeah. So
No. Please talk.
So essentially, yeah. This whole I think it's an important
We're just skipping past
thing that we like. The whole mission of the movement is to alert people to the truth. Like if you go online, like the whole mission of the movement is just to make people aware about the truth of the birds and that the birds are not real and that they've been replaced with high-tech surveillance drones.
No one's trying to do anything about it yet. The movement is simply
the movement is simply just to bring awareness. And that's what my chapter will be doing. We'll be primarily like setting up flyers around my campus.
Yeah, there's flyers, there's merch, there's plenty of merch.
Yeah, there's a lot of merch. But that's just to continue funding the movement.
Of course, all the money goes back.
The word out there. The billboard that was put up really did a lot of good. So I don't know if you know, but in California there was a billboard put up that said "Birds aren't real," and like. That's just plain and simple, like, advertising, being like, the birds aren't real. And obviously that gained some attention, so the founder ended up going on national television and talked with some news reporters about the movement and, like, what it stands for and, like, all of that stuff. So, yeah, that's a little bit about that conspiracy theory.
Is it a conspiracy theory or a movement?
It's a movement. I'm sorry.
Okay, so, Christian, I'll let you pick which happens first. I can provide some genuine questions to Leah. Calm, level-headed. Just I want to know. Or you can go first, Christian.
I'm gonna say one sentence and then you're gonna go.
Okay.
All I can say is I smell foul play.
I hate you.
Foul play.
Because like the FOWL refers to birds. Anywho.
Go ahead, Jim.
Let me ask you a question. So,
Of course, go for it, Jim.
Leah.
Yeah. Also, hello. In response to the last podcast I listened to, where there was an aside to me, and then you were like, "Hey, Leah, since this is an aside to you, hi." I would just like to say hello.
I'm so glad you answered that. That makes me so happy, genuinely. So my question being, in this day and age, in the lovely 2021,
Right.
just about everyone has one of these bad boys. Whether it be Apple, Android, anything really. It has a microphone, it has a camera,
Right.
it has GPS.
Right.
If something that I'm gonna have to say, and this is a bullshit statistic, but about 90% of adults have on their person at any given moment. If 90% of people have that on their body at any given moment, why surveillance drone aviation creatures?
Great question.
This is a great
That's-
question.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Well,
Like,
and
I
bless
burped
you
in the
to whoever
podcast
burped.
again.
Christian, you are 0 for 2, and I can't say I'm proud.
I can't say I am either. I'm very disappointed in myself. Go ahead, Leah.
I really appreciate this question. I think that's taking this movement really
you.
seriously. So first
I'm
off,
trying to.
I would like to point out that when this happened, this was before the invention of smartphones.
Of course.
This was primarily the only way to be able to survey humans before the invention of smartphones. Obviously now it's so much easier to survey humans.
Yeah.
So through phones, through the internet access, whatever it may be. So it's a little bit easier now with all of those inventions. But I will tell you, so for example, you and Mimi owned 2 birds?
We owned 2 parakeets.
Okay, so I hate to inform you, but you had 2 surveillance drones in your house at the time.
That's okay.
And that's
I've come
just
to terms.
essentially the government gaining more information about you that the phone can't contract because of certain like technological inabilities. The phone isn't like constantly looking at you through the camera, it's just listening to you. That's why certain ads get played on Instagram or Facebook versus
Of course.
the surveillance drone that you had in the cage that you thought was a bird.
Yeah.
That one was like looking at you. They have video evidence of things that you did
Christian.
in your house, all of that stuff.
Christian,
Yes, Jim.
Yeah.
how do you silence birds?
Oh, Jim, that's a great question. We don't know. You rip
No.
out their circuit
We
board.
do know.
we
Rip
do
out-
know. You asked me. You said, "We have muzzles for dogs. How do we silence birds?" What did I tell you?
You put
Pop
A
quiz.
blanket over the
you
cage.
put a blanket over the cage.
Right.
You cover their eyes.
Right.
Or you rip out their lenses with a screwdriver.
We knew. Mimi and I
Right.
think we had a little bit of wits about us.
Yeah,
So,
I agree. I think that that's a very smart decision. That's
Thank
why people found out that like you should place blankets over a bird's cage.
Yeah, where do you think that started? Who do you think did
Right.
it first? People that knew.
Exactly. So like other bird truthers who came before us.
Yes. Our
Understood.
forefathers.
Exactly. They understood the importance of this. So, yeah, that's basically why it's gaining more information. I don't think the sophistication of the drones are that they're listening the same way your smartphones are. Like, I definitely think your smartphone is gaining more audio information, but the drones are gaining more video information.
I support that just because oftentimes I'll put my phone face down.
Right.
Where it has a front-facing camera. Oh, they're clever. They put a camera on both sides.
Yeah.
But like when you have it in your pocket, what can follow you around while you walk around the streets?
Exactly.
Birds.
It's also just like a way to
Birds.
monitor you in public. So,
Exactly.
for example, if we were to live into I don't know if you've ever read the book by George Orwell called 1984, but if we were ever to live in a world that was similar to that, the surveillance drones would be super critical in that type of world. So.
So, Christian, I'm going to let you say what you wish to say. You may go off unhinged. We will let Leah have closing remarks, and then we will do our ad read. So, Christian, let me know. Let it out. Pop the cork off that bottle.
One time I killed a bird,
One time I did.
and it
Christian,
was just dead.
did you go hunting?
Nope.
Why the fuck did you kill a bird, Christian?
I killed a lot of things.
Christian!
Ooh, one time I killed a squirrel. I threw a tennis ball at it. It was in a tree, and I missed the squirrel, but I hit the tree, and the squirrel fell to its death, and then I kept it in a bucket for a long time.
Do you feel remorse?
Did you?
Not. Yes, I do.
I killed a bird once, so I.
You didn't kill a bird. A bird committed suicide.
No,
on your
I
way.
killed a bird with my thigh.
You didn't actively kill it.
But I did though.
You didn't. Did you swing your thigh out when he flew into it?
No, but I
So
like my
the bird
version
committed
of the story
suicide on
better.
your thigh. Also, I've just found a lot of dead birds, and they're just birds. They're birds. They got bones and they got feathers. And they're just birds.
That's
Okay,
high-tech
but, like,
software.
But like
Don't you dare fucking tell me it's high tech software.
It is.
No, but I
out-
mean, hear me out. Hear me out. If I took my wife's purse and I put blood and a little skeleton in there, and then I left it out, it's not a creature. It's not a dead creature. It's just a purse that has blood and bones in it.
I don't think I follow. What about Mr. Owl? Huh? Is Mr. Owl real?
Winnie the Pooh.
No.
The bitch
Mr.
from
Owl.
the Tootsie Pop
How many
commercials?
Pop
licks does it
commercial?
take to get to the center of a Tootsie Pop?
Oh, what?
Oh, let's find out. A one.
A
A two. Is he
The
real?
world may never.
The
Okay,
world may
so hear
never
me out.
fucking know. Is he real?
I know. Here's what the world
No,
knows.
because it's a cartoon.
Here's what the world does know. Birds have incredibly porous bones. They're very light. That's why they have
That's
the
how they
power
fly.
of flight. So, hear me out. That's
Bees,
what they
however,
want us
should
to
not
believe.
be able to fly. Go ahead, Jim.
So, if your bones are that brittle, do you think you have the jaw power to bite through a Tootsie Pop? That's robotic jaw if I ever saw one.
What about penguins?
What about what?
What about fucking penguins?
Penguins?
What about penguins?
What are penguins? Fucking
Drones? Yes.
Yeah. Why? What's the
They're
point?
at zoos. Why wouldn't they be drones?
They
Hey,
don't need
Christian,
that
Christian, have you ever seen a penguin in the Antarctic?
No, I haven't.
Weird.
Looks
That's
like
what-
they're only at zoos to observe humans.
No, because
Like the Americans.
Because I've seen the nature documentaries of penguins
Oh,
out
You
in the
think
yeah.
wild.
that that's true?
Who do you think sponsored
that's
those?
True, but
Who do you think
the moon
funded
landing is
those?
false?
I don't think the moon landing is false. I
Do
think
you
it's-
believe the nature documentary that they could easily have CGI'd?
There are documentaries from like a long time ago before CGI was a thing.
Okay. That's
You
just
don't
before
need to-
you knew CGI was.
Tell me. We kill turkeys. We eat them. We kill them and eat them.
Okay,
on
first
Thanksgiving.
off, you are deflecting from the original argument.
Nope, we're going
You
away
are.
from penguins.
No, it's because you know you've lost.
I lost on the penguin front, but I think I've got it on the turkey. I think I've got this. Turkeys. We eat them at Thanksgiving. Is we eating metal?
I don't think we're eating metal.
What are we eating?
Leah?
Me?
We're not eating.
You're gonna ask me to answer this question?
Yeah, I'm asking
Oh,
Leah to answer the question.
I do think that. So I think it's important to note that the turkey is a flightless bird.
I'm quitting the podcast. I quit today. Today
Calm
is my
down.
last day on the
So
podcast.
here's
Hey,
the deal.
hey, shh,
I think
shh,
it is
stop,
important
stop.
to note a couple things. Do you both agree that turkeys are flightless birds?
So are
No.
penguins.
Yes, but penguins serve a different purpose.
Turkeys can fly.
Can they?
They
Yeah.
can fly
Have
like
you
chickens
ever seen
can,
a
which is
turkey?
just
Yeah.
like a bit.
Have
fly.
you seen a turkey fly?
Yes.
Jim, have
Not
you seen a
far.
turkey fly?
I've not seen a turkey fly.
They don't take. They're no spruce goose, but they can fly.
I'm really glad that Jim is being honest, because I know you're lying.
I'm really not lying.
You've never seen a turkey fly.
There are a lot of turkeys up in New Hampshire. You see them literally everywhere. They fly.
Okay. Anyway.
My uncle has a horse farm. There are turkeys everywhere. They fly. If a horse is chasing them, they fucking fly. They get out of there.
Turkey fly?
But they don't get far off of the ground. Like, they can't soar and swoop.
No, I just said they're no spruce goose.
Right, exactly. So, here's the deal. I think it's important to
Which is a
know,
plane.
like, in the movement, so most of what the movement considers as surveillance drones are certain species.
Pigeons, for sure.
Right, like pigeons.
But like I've seen a dead pigeon though. Here's what it is.
Have
No,
you
you know what it is? You know what it is? Only bald eagles. That's why we're not allowed to kill them.
Would you believe it if the
Yes.
the movement was just like only bald eagles?
Only bald
are
eagles? I'm
drones?
100% behind that.
Bald eagles aren't real.
Bald eagles aren't real. But
I
every
believe
other
that.
bird
I'm
is
behind
fine.
that.
You're behind that?
I'm behind that.
See, I don't even
Oh,
believe
that's
in the movement.
poetic. We all believe that bald eagles aren't real.
Look at
And
that.
that kind of come around, that kind of character development from Christian,
Yeah.
that kind of conversation, open-ended argument that we had, lovely little debate, I think that is a poetic close on that. And that maybe, just maybe, we could go to the ad read. What do you think?
I think we can. We can cut this next part out, what I'm about to say. Are we actually going to leave our audience thinking that we don't think bald eagles exist?
I mean, I don't think birds are real.
I mean, I don't
I'm
like
a
not
bird
think
truther.
that like bald eagles don't exist. Like I know they don't exist. We just came to that conclusion. Did you not? Were you not part of that
Are
conversation?
we being real right now? We're literally
We
going to let
are.
our audience be like, oh, okay, they just don't believe bald eagles exist.
Have you ever seen a dead bald eagle?
No.
Okay.
Okay. Cool.
Someone's going to call in. Someone's going to leave a message being like, hey, I've
No.
seen a dead bald eagle.
No, because you're not allowed to kill them because it's legal.
They can die, though. They still can die. You can't kill them, but they
Have
can
you
die.
seen a dead bald eagle?
I've seen
Like one that's
I've seen
just
one
died?
I've seen one on video. Someone hit it with their car by accident. And there are people who have accidentally shot a bald eagle.
Yeah,
'cause they
but
thought it
like,
was
have
something
you
else.
seen those people?
In a video?
Like the people? No. Like after
CGI?
the incident, like after they hit the bald eagle, have you seen those people?
Seth, please don't edit whatever I just say out. I don't.
Hello, YouTube. Welcome
Hey,
back
YouTube.
to another special portion where it's just you and us. Spotify doesn't get this shit.
Why are you
Apple
being so
Podcast,
greedy?
never heard of her. Okay, I'm gonna be right back. I gotta piss.
Go for it. Have fun, brother.
This is just us.
Just us.
Welcome.
Welcome.
Maybe Seth actually does put a timer this time.
Did he not put a timer on the last one?
He didn't edit last episode.
Oh.
I did, and
Jimmy, you did such
could-
a good job. I didn't know you edited that. That looked really good. I'm gonna be real honest. You need to move your penis cloth.
I need to move my penis cloth?
Thank you. Mimi did help because she's the premier expert in this relationship, and I have come to terms with that. That is okay.
Yeah, I showed
She
her.
went to college
I showed
for
her
it.
bobby pins, and I showed her.
Wait, can we take this moment for me to say something nice?
Yeah, you can say something nice.
Okay. So I really like you guys' podcasts. Like, I listen to a decent amount of podcasts. I don't listen to a ton of comedy podcasts, but I do like you guys'. And I think you've done a really good job about, like, having good, funny content for your subscribers and people who want to listen to you. And I enjoy listening to
You're telling me I need to move my penis cloth?
you guys every
You
week.
don't say this to me personally.
That's
Why-
real. This is really sweet.
Yeah, no, I mean it. And it's also just really nice because I feel like, I don't know, as someone who lives alone at the moment and has no friends, it's really nice to, like, turn on your podcast and be like, it's my two friends.
Aw.
And it's really nice. I'm so sorry.
My penis cloth?
I know this is getting
Oh, it is like hanging up where I used the hand towel.
I'm gonna cry during the ad break.
Oh, please don't do
That's
that.
That's wholesome. I think
I
that's
actually,
good to
Jim,
have in
I
there.
have a whole Snapchat video saved that I never sent to you because I felt really awkward about sending it to you. I don't know why. There's nothing bad about it. But I just never sent it to you. I just saved it. I think it was because I was alone and I was drunk at the time that I made it to send to you about how much I really enjoyed the podcast. And I meant to send it to you, but I never. You need to move your penis cloth.
It's very distracting to the
I'm
camera.
sorry,
and
but
I'm
you need
afraid
to
you're gonna hit
move it because it's where your hand towel
I know,
is.
it's
And so
the-
every time I go to try
something. Ew, you're going to my penis cloth? It's definitely wet. That's a good habit to, like, not drunk send people shit.
Yeah, that's why it's saved
Yeah,
and
that's a
not sent
great-
to you.
That's a great move. Never send anything when you're drunk. Just save it.
Yeah.
Leah, don't try to dry your hands with my penis cloth.
No, like, you need to stop putting your penis cloth where the hand towel goes.
The penis cloth goes wherever the penis cloth goes.
No, it really doesn't.
Nice. That's a good,
Yeah.
The good little advice, a nice wholesome piece of content, and then a nice little advice piece for the YouTubers. For
Yeah,
the YouTube viewers.
That's your ad break advice.
I love it.
Feeling a little happy, a little giddy.
Yeah.
You want to record some videos?
I like that you're
Don't
trying to
send them.
pretend that that's beer.
Wait
when
till
it's
tomorrow
really
morning.
beer.
Then send it.
I'm so drunk right now. It really does.
No, like that's a choice that you made. Like you chose to do
the
that.
penis
I
cloth
believe
has
that
a
you
mind of
chose
its
to do
own.
that so that way when
This is beer. As
not
you can see, it's
Barnes.
beer. Handcrafted beer. You gave me a little tug on the dick.
I'm sorry.
So, Leah, we have a golden opportunity here, and you tell me if you think
Okay.
it's the right time, because ultimately this is up to you. You're allowed one fuck word this episode, and if it was during the ad read, then that means that only YouTube would get it. That'd be an exclusive F word.
Well, no, like
No, it's not conversational. It would be very out of the blue and very there for the sake of being there, but it's an opportunity that you're
you
going to
get-
have to determine whether or not it is good enough to take.
No, because here's the thing. Like, I need to get passionate enough about
Yeah.
the subject that I
No,
use it.
we were definitely there, and we've moved on, and that's okay if it never
That's
happens.
great. It's gonna happen. We'll find it somewhere.
Christian has
Well-
a new objective.
We
Yeah.
might find it. We might find it in the tabs.
All
Is
right,
that a
ready?
conversation that we should? Is that a conversation that we should
No,
continue
not
going
at all.
back into
Please
it?
don't
or-
ever
okay.
put that in your
I definitely wouldn't
podcast
put it in the
ever.
podcast. Is that a nice segue to the tabs?
I think that's a gorgeous segue to the tabs. YouTube, thanks for being here. I think Seth has cut
Thanks,
this
YouTube.
short.
You guys
Only
rock.
the really funny bits. Seth, I hate to put so much pressure on you, but hey, we love having you. And we love having you here, YouTube. We love having you during these little bits. So,
Never.
It's really funny, but
If
don't
you
put it in
do,
the podcast.
I will never listen to your podcast again.
I would think it's hilarious, but she's not gonna be cool.
No, I will not be cool with it.
the timer, it just hit 0. The ad read's over.
What? No way. What's up?
Yeah, that is very quick. We
Wow.
try to do quick ads just so that our people that listen to the ads can not have to worry about it too much. So that it's not annoying.
Wait, can we at least do the part about the penis cloth?
No, we can do nothing about the penis cloth. Except
fucking
move
what?
it.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back from that lovely ab. Ab?
ABBA?
I've had 2 alcoholic beverages. Welcome back from
Oh,
the
that's
ad
less than
read.
me, Jim.
For all of our audio listeners, for all of our video watchers, we hope you liked that little bit. We are back, and we are going to finish this episode out strong with some tabs. To the tabs!
To the tabulations.
If Christian and I have not quite explained exactly what this segment is, we want to do it after the ad read just to close out the episode. We started this in episode 6. If you haven't listened to it, definitely go listen to episode 6, one of our best. And we have pulled up a number of tabs in a browser filled with some interesting things to talk about. And today's episode is about conspiracy theories, so it's only fitting that we find tabs on those. So, Christian, you want to hit me with something?
Yeah, Beyonce is a member of the Illuminati.
I've heard of that one.
She came out of the gate swinging.
Really?
Yeah, I've heard of that one.
Really?
Oh, that's so sad because I didn't, and that's why I was laughing so
I don't
hard.
know anything about it. Like, I've
I mean,
never
this
looked
is just
into
the
it.
title. Like, it gives no information.
I love that though. Like, I fully believe that. I would 100% believe Beyonce is a member of the Illuminati. She's the cultural icon of our time.
We're not getting. No, I'm gonna have to veto this conspiracy theory
Why?
because it's on BuzzFeed.com.
No, I believe.
No.
Beyonce is a
Christian,
member
are
of
you
the
que-
Illuminati.
Are you upset? Are you questioning the validity of a conspiracy theory? It doesn't matter where it comes from.
I'm
I've
questioning
got
the
some
validity
weird
of the
ass.
website.
Yeah, I'm not saying
BuzzFeed is so reliable. It told me that the Disney princess I was most like was Sleeping Beauty, and she's my favorite. So, like, I believe the credibility.
I'm
of
not
BuzzFeed.
saying it's a reputable source.
Guys, if I were a fruit, I'm an orange. BuzzFeed told me so.
Oh,
If I were a fruit, I'm definitely an orange. Am I
let me
correct?
hit you with this.
Go for it.
There were a lot of mattress firm stores in Illinois, all within a few miles of one another, leading
Yeah.
some to believe it was a money laundering business. Not only was it a mattress store, it was the particular company, Mattress Firm. all within a 1 mile radius of each other, and I'm looking. I don't think it says how many in the little blurb, but let me go ahead and count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. There were 17 mattress firms
Wow.
within a mile radius. So
That's
they're all
too
within
many.
half a mile of each other. Christian, how often do you buy mattresses?
I'm actually
17
looking
times a
to
month,
buy
Jim.
one. Shut up. I'm looking to buy a new one. So like,
And
I would
after
be a new
you
mattress
do,
fan.
how long do you suppose it'll be before the next one?
Oh, it'll be like 10 years.
Exactly. So why are, not even mattress firm, but why are mattress companies so successful? Yeah, people are always kind of buying them, but
They're expensive as fuck?
every second of every day, you have enough to sustain a regular business just based off,
Well,
the
okay.
Bloombergs from down the street need to buy a new mattress. 'Cause
No.
and they bought theirs. Oh, who's coming in next? Oh, the Goldmans.
Jim, I understand where you're coming from because like
Yes.
the name mattress firm is very misleading of like they only sell mattresses, but they don't. They sell other
Ooh.
things besides
They
mattresses.
also money launder. Sorry, go ahead.
Shut up.
They also sell crystal
They sell-
methamphetamine.
They sell bed frames. They sell like mattress covers.
Ha!
They sell
Bed-related
They
things.
they sell like more stuff other than bed frames that can keep them
But
in business.
But 17 within a
I
mile of
agree
each other,
that
and they
17
all.
within a mile of each other is like ridiculous. But
And this
mattress
isn't in
firm
like
general-
California. This is
I'm
Illinois.
showing off my kicks.
That's not important right now.
But
Oh my
kicks
god,
are
I cracked up
fire.
so much last episode when Christian just kept showing up how much he was sweating.
Dude, I did like
I
4 or
know,
5 times.
trust
I was
me.
sweating so much.
I know.
Sorry, go ahead and talk about mattresses again.
I believe you. You know what? Here's the deal. I
I think it's
believe
money
that is
laundering.
how El Chapo like was so successful in the United States.
Yeah.
Who knew El Chapo was making an appearance on today's episode?
He is
Our third
he
guest of
was
the year, El
the-
Chapo.
El Chapo. Bobby Pins!
El Chapo, if you're El Chapo, if you're listening, by the way, love your work. But El Chapo, if you happen to be listening,
Oh, man.
Do you
Hit
remember
us
the
up.
ABC schedule? Wow.
at the ABP podcast, hit us up.
Stop.
Let's talk.
Do
Let's
you-
have you on an episode.
Do you remember the ABC schedule of El Chapo?
No. Do you remember the ABC special where they went into El Chapo's compound? Like that was like a whole special. I remember like waiting up until like 9 p.m. and Mom was like, "Okay, fine, you can like watch the like special report where they like had somebody
How old were you?
undercover." I was like maybe 12.
Oh no. Not wanting to watch the El Chapo special at 12 years old. That was a really big milestone in your 12-year-old
Yeah,
life,
but
eh?
like I think that's how he was able to push so much cocaine in the United States.
If you would have asked me what my favorite shows were in 2012, I'd be like, homie, first off, Adventure Time.
Nice.
Second off, Chowder. Third,
Excellent.
The Misadventures of Flapjack.
Great.
And fourth, of course, the El Chapo special.
The El Chapo special.
That wasn't a TV show. It was just a 1 hour.
The El
special
Chapo Happy Hour.
thing that ABC
El
did.
Chapo happy hour.
But
I
like
love it.
also
The after-school special.
I think mine would be one Regis and Kelly.
Regis and Kelly at 12 years old.
Yeah. But you don't understand. I've watched them since the womb.
Chowder was the bomb. I fucking loved that show as a kid.
Mimi and I
And
are
an
still
adult.
watching it.
Yeah, I was
We're
about to
watching
say,
it
as
on
an adult,
Hulu.
it's a good show, regardless.
I never
Creepy as
watched
fuck.
Christian
Like,
hit-
a lot creepier than I thought.
Christian,
No.
hit me with one.
Oh yeah, let me. I don't like these ones. Okay, 25 popular conspiracy theories that are so stupid they're actually funny. Australia doesn't exist.
Let's get Brandon on the pod.
I was just about to say our good buddy Brandon would disagree. It is a massive cover-up for Britain killing hundreds of thousands of prisoners
I
at sea.
believe that.
And just don't say that right off the bat. We're one sentence deep, babe. Killing hundreds of thousands of prisoners at sea and just saying they sent them to Australia. It gets even
believe
more
it.
ridiculous in the continuation of the cover-up. Apparently all airplane pilots and boat captains are on it. Wait, are in on it, and whenever anyone quote-unquote visits Australia, it is actually a cleared-out section of land in South America that has thousands of actors paid to be Australian.
I believe that.
Oh, man.
Okay.
That's
my
a bunch
new
of people who were
favorite.
taught to be like,
Okay.
hey, good day, mate.
Okay.
Like, oh, that was a great Australian.
No one, everyone stop talking. Leah, really quick, I'm going to need you to do me a favor. Name an Australian person. Go. Just one.
Olivia Newton-John.
Nope.
Is she Australian?
Nope. There's
Wait,
no way.
Rebel Wilson. She's Australian.
There you go.
There we go.
But
Okay,
we got to
an
go back to your
actor-
first answer, though.
An actress.
Is she really not Australian?
I really don't think so.
I'm pretty sure she is.
Who?
Olivia Newton-John?
Oh, maybe in Greece. They were in She's from Australia and Greece. Never mind.
Okay, so
She's a
Australian!
babe. She's a British Australian singer-songwriter actress. She's from the United Kingdom. So she's not really Australian. I guess she must have moved there at some point.
I'm right.
But she's from Cambridge.
I'm right.
In the United Kingdom.
But what's important?
so
is that
Rebel
I'm
Wilson,
right.
an
But
actress.
we'll go with Rebel Wilson.
I was thinking personally, good old Steve Irwin.
Steve Irwin.
Hey.
I thought you said Steve Urkel. I was like, he's definitely not Australian. I know that one. Yes, Steve Irwin.
Another TV personality. Rest in peace, my boy. Not a lot of, you know, if you hear of anyone from Australia, it's the famous people.
Yeah, I have one of my favorite
You don't
bands
hear
is
of
from
anyone
Australia.
just casually being from Australia. Oh,
No, I actually take that back. If it wasn't for Megan,
I was about to say, we have a
I
friend
would
who went to
believe-
Australia recently.
Yeah,
Well,
but she went to South America, and Grace is just an actor from South America.
Yeah, she brought home an Australian, so I guess she's just a paid actor who's getting paid a lot more.
Oh, I'm gonna FaceTime Megan and tell her. About
That's
this.
so funny. That's awesome. Oh, what, you have to FaceTime her? She doesn't watch the podcast?
Some believe that a man named Truman Capote wrote Harper Lee's famous novel,
No.
To Kill a Mockingbird.
No, what?
So Truman Capote and Harper Lee both grew up in Alabama and were childhood friends. They each went on to become celebrated authors. Capote wrote his crime story In Cold Blood, and Lee the great American novel To Kill a Mockingbird. And while Capote went on to write numerous books, Lee published only one other book in his entire lifetime, leading some to believe that Capote wrote To Kill a Mockingbird.
Interesting. I think that's the same conspiracy theory that Shakespeare was
Doesn't
Sir Francis
exist?
Bacon. Yeah.
Yeah, I can
Kevin
get
Bacon?
behind the fact
Huh?
that Shakespeare never existed.
Really?
I don't think I believe it. I believe Shakespeare existed, but if you were to genuinely tell me with definitive proof that like he wasn't I believe it. Just
Yeah.
because there's no evidence of his birth or death.
Right.
I mean, like we don't have a birth certificate, we
You're
don't have a death certificate. We just have a bunch of brilliant plays signed William
Right.
Shakespeare.
Well, and so here's the thing. In my as a theater student, I had to take a Shakespeare class, and
Hate that, but okay.
yeah, and in my Shakespeare class, we learned that most of his play plots were actually based off of Italian Renaissance plays that had already been written.
But were they better than Romeo and Juliet?
No. Oh my god.
Sorry, but as soon as you brought up Shakespeare, I've been waiting to say that one. Sorry. Go ahead.
Oh.
Continue. Just a nice little throwback. That's for
no,
Jace.
but I really did appreciate, Jim. I don't remember what episode you brought this movie up in, but I'm really glad you did bring it up.
It was episode 4, theater.
It was the episode in which you brought up the Leonardo DiCaprio version of Romeo and Juliet.
The Baz Luhrmann Romeo and Juliet.
It is beautiful, and I'm so glad you
is-
brought it up. It's so underrated, and it's so good.
It's
Not
really
better
brilliant.
than Romeo and Juliet, though.
No,
So
it is
Baz
better than
Luhrmann is an
Romeo and
excellent
Juliet.
director.
Yeah.
He directed Moulin Rouge.
Interesting. I don't like Moulin Rouge.
I love Moulin Rouge.
I'm so sorry, Jim.
I'm not a big...
I'm not.
There
like,
are a lot of
diehard, but
no. I have a lot of friends
Love
who are
Die Hard.
diehard Moulin Rouge fans, and so like I respect you. I don't understand you, but I do respect you.
Die Hard's my favorite
Hey.
Christmas movie. Anyway. They're,
You didn't even watch it this Christmas.
Okay,
That's
let me
why.
hit you
Hey,
with the
fuck
second.
you. I watched it every day.
No, you don't.
On the 5th day of Christmas, my true love gave to me.
Let me hit
Die
you with this
Hard.
one.
A diehard DVD.
A Die Hard DVD. That was good.
let me hit you with, some believe that the chamber behind Mount Rushmore holds some big secrets.
There's a chamber behind Mount Rushmore?
Yeah, that's the first
Most people know Mount Rushmore is one of the most recognizable landmarks in the U.S., as the faces of Redacted are carved into it. But not many people know that there is a hidden chamber behind one of their heads. It's the one that wore the top hat. The sculptor Gutzon Borglum created an 18-foot door behind the landmark that leads to an open room that's 74 feet long and 35 feet high. He intended to place America's prized possessions in this room. It was supposed to be called the Hall of Records. While the room does contain important historical documents like the U.S. Constitution and Declaration of Independence.
Hey, Jim, I have a question. Are you just reading us the plot of National Treasure?
Treasure?
What the fuck? This is not true.
I think it is true, but I think instead of that...
what National Treasure was based off of.
I think Bill Murray and Bigfoot live there together. I think they live a happy life together. Bill Murray and Bigfoot.
Stop. They're not in a museum?
The Constitution?
The U.S. Constitution?
Hey, trigger warning, we're getting to some political territory.
No.
It's not.
I don't,
no, it's not.
I don't think they are.
You cannot see the U.S. Constitution or the Declaration of Independence.
I don't think
they're
they
not
are.
in a museum like in National Treasure?
I think they have duplicates. Like,
did National Treasure lie to me?
Yes.
Yeah, most definitely.
Well, while the room does contain important historical documents like the Constitution and Declaration of Independence, it's now sealed off to the public.
Oh, maybe it just has the Magna Carta.
If you hit the desk one more time, Leah.
That's not an American document, the Magna Carta.
It's moving the camera.
That's not an American document.
Yeah, it's definitely not an American document. The Magna Carta is from...
Well, no, it's because that's what the Pilgrims wrote on the ship on the way to America. And before it was America.
That can't be true.
That's exactly
That's
what the Magna
not
Carta
true.
is.
That's
exactly what the Magna Carta is.
That's not what the Magna Carta is.
That is so not what the Magna Carta is. The Magna Carta was the first, real legal document.
Yeah, that the Pilgrims wrote on the ship over to America.
No one. The Magna Carta is from, a long, long time ago.
Yeah, this is also from a long, long time ago. I'm 100% certain the Pilgrims wrote this.
Originally published in 1215. Yeah, it's definitely not
I'm so
Pilgrim written. I'm real glad we have that.
We have given Seth the hardest episode we've ever recorded to edit.
Seth, I don't know you.
It is a royal charter of rights agreed to by King John of England at Runnymede near Windsor on 15th of June, 1215. That's a time.
What did the Pilgrims write, though? They wrote a document on one of the ships.
Let's figure
I really want to know.
Hey,
the Pilgrims wrote the Magna Carta.
For anybody interested, it
the
is
Mayflower
1 a.m.
Compact.
Oh,
it's 1 a.m.
Okay, that makes sense because they were on.
I got a little something. Going on here.
Give it to me.
Jim, did you know that there were not just 4 Beatles members? That actually it was a rotation of different similar-looking people.
There were 5 Beatles.
No, there were not, Jim. There were 4.
Wait, are you being for real? You think there were 5?
No, there were 5.
There were not 5.
Jim, there were 4 original members.
4.
Maybe original members, but there were 5 in total that were the Beatles.
No, it's John Lennon, Paul McCartney, George Harrison, and Ringo Starr.
Yes, correct. That is the 4. Let's see here.
There's not a 5th Beatle. It's 4.
Beatle.
In every single one of their album covers. There's 4 of them.
Yeah, correct.
So you believe that there's one rotating member?
Wait, hold on.
The 5th Beatle?
Yeah, there's definitely only 4 in every including Abbey Road and...
Right, but they're all... but it's a rotation of different similar looking people.
Pete Best. Look up who Pete Best is.
Oh, wasn't he was one of the
original drummer.
Oh, the original drummer?
Yeah, from 1960 to 1962. He played gigs in Liverpool, Hamburg. He was eventually dismissed and replaced by Ringo Starr.
And they
Ringo
replaced
Starr
him with
wasn't
Ringo.
originally in the Beatles.
Right, but there were never
Yes.
5 Beatles at one time.
No, never once. I'm not saying that it was like the fucking Wiggles. It was the 4 Beatles, but this member left and then a new member came, and that makes 5 total people that have been in the Beatles.
Gotcha, that's fair.
Sorry I had to bring the Wiggles into this. We said we wouldn't get political.
I'm trying to fit the word wiggle into political, but it doesn't fit. It's like that. It's so close to fitting, but it doesn't quite get there.
Anything but wiggle ticks. Anyway, I'm so sorry.
Wait, Jim, we're finding this
Hey,
is the most ridiculous
Hey,
website.
Jim, guess what? Fact. Japan invented Finland.
How do you invent a country?
They
Well-
did, though. Japan invented Finland.
Japan invented Finland for more fishing rights.
I guess that's why it's called Finland.
Finland, yeah. Why did they call
Like
it
Japan.
Fishland?
People weren't really thinking hard.
So, Christian.
Yeah.
I mean, when you think about it, Britain
Also, that was
created America.
That's
And
true.
Australia.
And parts of Africa.
Britain's just all creating shit out of nothing. Like, we need more fishing stuff. Go make Fishland. That's too on the nose. Maybe go with Finland. Hey, we need more, I don't know, whatever
Wait.
America offers. White people.
Wait.
We need more white people.
What is fish
go to
in
America.
Japanese?
We need
If
more.
fish in Japanese is fin.
Oh, wait, the Japanese made Fishland. Not Britain.
I've got one.
Oh, slap it right on my stomach.
You might have heard of this one.
Oh, it's.
I don't think I
not even
have.
close to fin.
I can't say I've heard it.
I need it in my life.
Paul McCartney. Do you know
Oh.
where I'm going with this?
I think I know where you're going with this, but go ahead.
And I'm reading this right from a website. Paul McCartney never wrote Maybe I'm Amazed. He never formed the band Wings. He never clashed with Yoko, became a vegetarian, or fathered any of his children. When Queen Elizabeth knighted him in 1997, she was knighting someone else, and this is because conspiracy-minded Beatlemaniacs say that Paul McCartney secretly died in 1966, and that the Beatles covered up his death, hiring someone who looked like him, sang like him, and had the same
Wait. But
jovial
I have a
personality.
question. Jim, isn't this what Jersey Boys is about?
I've never seen Jersey Boys.
Me either.
What is Jersey Boys?
It's about Paul McCartney dying and then being replaced by someone who looks like Paul McCartney and sings
Someone-
like all these conspiracy theories hold it's too reliant on the fact that there are other people that look, talk, and
Also,
act exactly
I
like
would
other
like to
people.
point
that
out-
doesn't exist that often.
I would like to point out that.
Aside from Dolly Parton.
I would like to point out that the theory that Japan was invented by Finland was suggested by the username My Ex Got Fat.
Oh yeah, it definitely does. Yeah, someone named My Ex Got Fat sent that in. No, that's ridiculous. There's not that many people that look like other people. That's not real.
This article says that the guilt eventually got to the Beatles and they began hiding clues in their music. In the song Taxman, George Harrison gave his quote-unquote advice for those who die, meaning Paul.
Right.
The entire Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band album was awash with Paul is dead clues. The Beatles had formed a new band featuring a fictional member named Billy Shears, supposedly the name of Paul's replacement.
That's so weird.
The album contained John Lennon's A Day in the Life, which had the lyrics, "He blew his mind out in a car," and the recorded phrase, "Paul is dead, miss him," which becomes evident only when the song is played backward.
Weird.
That's like the whole Pink Floyd Hole in the Wall album stuff, though.
Speaking of people getting shot in a car, this one is making me
Don't
cry.
mention John F.
John F. Kennedy wasn't actually shot. His head just did that. Come on, man. That's not real. No one believes that. Oh my, his head just does that sometimes. What the fuck? That's awesome. Holy shit. Sorry. Okay. Ooh. All right, that's a great website. I think that's all
Jim,
the
what
good
other
ones we
tabs do you have?
Yeah, what else you got, buddy? Wait, what time are we at? We're at 1:26.
I suppose we're gonna cut a lot of things that end up being overtly political.
That's fair. That's fair.
Jim, I want to hear your tabs.
Okay, so
I'm crying. Yeah, go for it,
people
Jimmy.
people have witnessed mysterious lights floating around Brown Mountain in North Carolina, leading to a number of conspiracy theories. September 24th, 1913 marks the day the first time anyone had seen the Brown Mountain lights in North Carolina. In a Charlotte Observer article, a ball of light is described as floating through the alley and then disappearing. I believe people believe in ghosts in North Carolina.
People also believe in the Lake Norman. They believe in Nessie, which is the Loch Ness monster of Lake Norman. Yeah.
I don't... Okay, so maybe a hot take, I don't know, but Bigfoot, Loch Ness, aliens... Believing in those things
his name's Normie.
a conspiracy theory.
No, that's not a conspiracy theory. That's just a random belief that can't be disproven or proven until proven or disproven. Till someone has scaled the entire ocean or every body of water and has decided that they did not find any type of Loch Ness monster, it can't be disproven.
Okay.
I agree.
I'm gonna
There's
get
so much
you
of the
something.
ocean we don't know.
So much.
There is so much of the ocean we don't know. Okay, so can I hit you with something that might be existential? It might lead us down a fucking rabbit
Please
hole.
do.
Okay, tell me if you've heard this.
Okay.
This article is called "CERN Helped End the World."
I'm sorry,
Yes.
I've never heard.
As in past tense.
Oh, you know what?
As in, the world ended in 2012 when CERN discovered the Higgs boson particle and accidentally created a black hole that sucked the Earth into it, and we just haven't really noticed yet.
Interesting.
Huh.
Scientifically, accurate. That could happen. If you got sucked into a black hole, it would take a while before you noticed.
I mean, I don't have any evidence against it.
Yeah.
I have to believe that it's true.
Okay,
So
you
there's a
don't
Twitter
have to
thread
believe
that
it's
dives
true.
deep into what happened.
reason to believe it's not true.
That's not a good reason to believe something.
Yeah, but until it's
It's not very likely that it is true.
Huh?
Like true until proven
it's
untrue.
not very likely.
No, definitely untrue until proven true.
But like that's not fair justice.
It actually is.
It's
You're
not,
not convicted of a crime until it's proven that you did the crime. So, untrue until proven true.
Yeah, it's called the burden of proof.
Yeah. You can't just believe in something just because it could be true.
Oh, that makes sense. Never mind.
Yeah. If I told you, hey, the sky's
am
actually
smart, I
yellow,
promise.
you just
I'm
perceive
sorry.
it as blue. That doesn't mean that's true.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. That would make... I'm like teetering on like that makes sense and also no.
I mean, it makes sense, but it also doesn't explain like what's happened this year. Like, if the world ended 20 years ago, then I wouldn't understand like why some of the things that are happening this year happened. You know what I mean?
2012 was almost 10 years ago.
That's
Stop it.
crazy. Christian.
Everyone
old.
born
Wait,
in the
you're telling me
1900s
that
is
back
now
when my
21.
favorite TV show was the El Chapo special, that was 10 years ago?
Oh, the El Chapo special 10 years ago.
I remember being 12. The El Chapo special. I'm
Coming
sorry.
home after school and throwing my
sorry.
backpack to the ground and turning on, what was it, ABC or PBS that you said? And just turning
Yeah,
on the
ABC.
El Chapo special.
PBS
Oh,
would never
man.
air something like that, Jim.
That is fascinating. These are some... We might have to do a conspiracy theory part 2, because I'm not even halfway through my tabs, and this shit is good. I didn't realize there were so many.
I think we'll just go until we're done, and Seth will cut out the political bits. Okay, so we determined beforehand that we were going to end this episode by creating our own conspiracy theory. So my conspiracy theory is that all gas stations are owned by the same company.
That's actually a good one.
Roadrunner, Scotchman, fucking what's the really good one? Sheets. They're all just gas. It's all the same.
Gas.
They just have different
There's
architecture.
There's two things in this world. I need to stop doing callbacks. Continue.
There's gas and there's not gas.
And there's not gas. I've got
I
one.
don't know what to say. Well, give me one. Give me yours.
Cystic fibrosis isn't real.
What is it?
I'm still figuring it out. I'm only halfway there, but I don't think cystic fibrosis is real.
A mechanism for guilt?
No, it's a lie to get more money into the pockets of doctors. It is. Did you know it's like the it's either second or third most expensive disease in the country, next to like cancer and one other thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why my fucking health insurance is ridiculous. My deductible is insane. Yeah, it's stupid expensive, and I don't think it's real. Have you ever seen cystic fibrosis?
I can't say I've ever been in the same room as cystic fibrosis.
Look, all I'm saying is when they do an X-ray, I see 2 lungs. Yeah, it's not real. It's fake. They're taking my money. They're taking that sweet, sweet lung money.
I think that's true.
I'm going to say that my conspiracy theory is the one that I said earlier as like a joke or example, which is to say that the Empire State Building is actually just like the place where Batman lives. Like, it is the Batcave.
I'm there. Can Bigfoot and Bill Murray also live there?
Yes.
Okay,
because
good. I think they were happy family.
Because it's the Brady Bunch. It's the Batman Bunch. Just because like it's the biggest and one of the most well-known buildings in the U.S. Like as far as I can remember when I was a kid, it was like name a building. It's like the Empire State Building. Have you ever been in it?
No, I can't say that I have been inside the Empire State Building.
Weird. What goes on there? Is it a business building? Do people do who works at the Empire
That
State
is
Building?
true. Like, what the fuck are they doing?
Tourists.
Is it a law firm?
Like tour guides.
Okay, so what's the tour of the Empire State Building?
Yeah, have you ever
take
seen
an
the
elevator?
episode of the Empire State Building? Like
the episode of Don't you watch the Empire State Building show?
This season on the Statue of Liberty. What do you...
No, there's an episode on How I Met Your Mother where they all go into the Empire State Building because Ted's sister's in town. And he's like...
And they go to the top, right?
Yeah, they go, and
So what the fuck is on floor 1 through 60?
The building?
What's the building? What's in it?
I think it's just a building.
Is it office space?
I think
Who's
it's
in
just
it?
a
law
tower.
firm?
I think it's a glorified tower that should have been a lighthouse, but because it isn't close
Is it
to
a
the
storage
sea,
room? What's
there's
in
no
it?
reason
What are
it
they
should
hiding?
be a lighthouse.
There's a hot take. The Empire State Building is a lighthouse.
It's a giant firework.
Leah, what's your conspiracy theory? And then we will...
You didn't like my conspiracy theory that the Empire State Building is a lighthouse?
That came out of...
No, that's
I want a
mine.
real one.
That's my brainchild.
I want a real one.
Give
me something fresh. Give me something steamy. Drop a steamy one right in here.
It can't be that the birds aren't real.
It cannot be that the birds aren't real.
My conspiracy theory is that Alaska isn't actually a part of the United States.
How do you mean? Why would we then
That's
say
a good
that
one.
It is?
Why? Because, think about how far away Alaska is from the U.S.
I think Britain made Alaska up.
No. I think it's a territory of Russia. Think of the game of Risk. Okay, technically, Russia owns Kamchatka.
In modern day.
Yeah. Right. So, the way that you get into North America on the game of Risk is through Kamchatka. Yeah, you have to go to Alaska.
Yeah, you gotta throw Yakutsk and Irkutsk.
Okay.
And Kamchatka.
Same thing in real life. Russia's gotta go through Alaska if they want world domination. And so I'm actually convinced that we don't own Alaska anymore and that there was a war that we don't know about because we didn't have enough people in Alaska. It's very cold and there's a lot of barren land that they can hide a lot of bodies. And there's just a lot of Russians that have convincing American accents.
You ever met anyone from Alaska?
I have not.
Neither have I.
See?
Yeah, but I saw Mountain Men.
That's different. That's a U.S. TV. That's a TV show.
Are TV shows not fact anymore? What happened to Survivor?
Christian, when were they ever fact?
Survivor?
Dude, I watch
Survivor
America's Next Top
fact.
Model, and when I tell you none of it's real.
The Bachelor's real, though, right?
The Bachelor is real.
No, everyone.
The Bachelor's real.
Be supportive. Yeah, Christian, The Bachelor's real.
Okay, good.
So yeah,
This was really fun.
I had a really good time. It was the most conversational it's been. I think we got to explore some funny bits without ever forcing it. I think it all came kind of conversationally, and a lot of today's episode will end up being cut, and that is a-okay. Both
I'm
for
okay
time,
with that. I
for the fact
understand.
that some of it was interesting conversation, but just didn't end up being funny. And at the end of the day, this is a comedy podcast. We do want some laughs at this, so some unfunny bits, as interesting as they may be, will be cut. Of course, everyone's allowed to veto and say, "Hey, we have to keep this bit in," and that's okay.
I
But,
don't care. Christian will speak for me.
Okay, and that is a-okay. But with that being said,
I'm gonna buy it
before we go ahead and wrap up, would you all like to say any final thing?
Thanks for tuning in. This has been a really fun one. Probably
Thank
my
you for
favorite since
having me
episode
on.
6.
Oh,
Yeah, you're very
Favorite
I
happy.
since
really
episode 6.
appreciate that. I didn't
Yeah.
expect you guys to let me on your podcast,
It was
and
blast.
I feel really. I'm really
Leah,
excited you let me
Leah,
on.
this will not be the last time you are on it. I'm
Oh,
sure
yeah, you'll be
that,
on again. You'll be a
sooner
regular.
rather than later, it will be understood that you are a fan favorite. And with that being said, yes, of course, thank you so much for being on. You've been excellent. I'd like to go ahead and say thank you, everybody, for listening. Thank you once more to our sponsors for today's episode. And lastly, a very special thanks to our friend Kelsey. And thank you, Kelsey, for being the very first subscriber that we have to the podcast.
Woo!
Right? We have
So cool.
we officially have a fan that has subscribed and has pledged kind of monthly donations to the support of the finances of these episodes. It pays a pretty good portion of our video editing software, which does cost about $20 a month. But we're not worried about it. All that we are is thankful, Kelsey, for you wanting to do that. It means the world. And for those of you that might have extra money lying around every month and you'd like to support a little teeny tiny podcast and help us grow and nurture that, you can go to anchor.fm, that is anchor.fm, and click the, I believe it's subscribe? I think it's the subscribe button. And there's 3 tiers, 99 cents, $4.99, and $9.99. We will shout you out at the end of the episode. So next episode might sound something like, thank you to our sponsors, Kelsey and Richard.
Kelsey and who?
Kevin?
Kevin.
I don't know. I'm just saying names. People that might want to sponsor, and that does mean the world to us. That money does go towards good
Come on,
things,
Kevin.
like,
Sponsor already.
fork it up, Kevin.
Let's
Jeez.
go, Kevin. Let's
We
make
know
with
it's
the
just
moolah.
burning a hole in your pocket. Kevin, what the fuck, Kevin?
Damn it, Kevin. Stop with the spending it on candy
Greedy.
and strippers. Just give it to us instead.
Kevin, cut it with the Charleston shoes and just bring it
Yeah.
back down to earth and subscribe to our pod.
Wait, Charleston Chews, was that the candy or the strippers?
Both.
That's the candy.
Oh, the candy.
No, it's both.
It's both?
It's both.
Ooh, that's a good name for a stripper.
Charleston Chew.
Welcoming to the
Hi,
stage, Charleston Chew. I think
I
it would
hate
work.
that.
If there, if there are any aspiring strippers out there, go with Charleston Chew. Kevin will be there momentarily. Anyway, sorry. Go ahead.
So, one final time, of course, thank you to our sponsor and to Kelsey for doing that. You can go to anchor.fm, do that there. Or, of course, you can listen at Spotify or Apple Podcast, and we get money from that ad read, and it all goes towards the episode. So thank you guys so much. Your support means the world. The fact that you're here listening to us ramble, it's very kind. It's very sweet, and we love you all and appreciate you all. So with that being said, I will see you next week. Y'all have an excellent week. We love you.
See you next week, everybody. Love you guys.
Bye, guys.
Fuck yeah!
The song's playing.
Don't kick the desk.